first. Let's go to Paul in Highgate. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Joe.
Well, you teach mindfulness.
Yes, among other things, mindfulness, hypnotherapy, and cognitive behavioural therapy. The things I wanted to talk to you about, one was that mindfulness is coming in danger of becoming a trend, and that would be awful.
Yes.
If it does
Is there does mindfulness deal with meditation at all?
It is meditation.
Oh, right.
It's another word for meditation.
Right.
It's become the kind of buzzword for a meditative approach. And my job, amongst other therapists, is to ensure that the therapeutic value isn't diluted by the popularity. You know, it's one of those things that we have to be mindful of. But there's one thing I wanted to pick you up on, if you don't mind. Way back, must be an hour ago, you were talking about your own experiences, I think, that you described yourself as not being particularly good at it, or maybe even bad at meditation. And one of the principles really that we try to establish is to not use it as a competitive sport, that you can't really be bad or good at it, you just do it. It's just an experience. So whatever your experience is, if one day you meditate and you're just thinking about going shopping, and the next day you have a very deep experience, it's just what the experience is, and one wasn't better than another. It's just an experience. Yes,
I agree with you. It isn't competitive, and when I say I'm not very good at it, my brain, I do it on the breath. That's how I do it.
Yeah. Of course,
and I just, but I love the expression monkey mind, because it will just go darting off.
That's right.
And I would love, these people who can sit with a straight back, with not leaning against a wall for hours. I mean, that's some achievement, isn't it?
Well, I think, again, we're looking to achieve something, and maybe getting away from the idea of achieving altogether is where we should be more comfortable. I'm a big fan of informal mindfulness, like the mindfulness that you describe, where you sit down and you're formally meditating. But what we try and do with a lot of our patients and clients now is to just say, look, whenever you do anything can be a mindful or meditative experience. If you're just putting a cup of tea on, you're doing it anyway, you might as well do it mindfully. So for that moment, you're just in the moment, listening to the boiling of the kettle or the chink of the cup.
Yes.
So
can I ask you this then about mindfulness? And it's something I struggle with yoga, when they say be in the moment, stop worrying about what's ahead or what's behind.
Yes.
But that's quite irresponsible. I mean, imagine, you have to think, right, I've got to get home and pick up the kids or cook a meal, or I've got to earn the money to pay off this, that. You have to think ahead, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's, again, some of the difficulties when it's not well taught, because we can't be in the present moment all the time. Our minds just simply aren't like that. Like you described the monkey mind. That is the principle that our minds are built on. We think all the time. That stream of consciousness is continually running. We're flitting from the past to the present to the future all the time. But being mindful is just about being aware that you're thinking, and then coming into the moment, because often we're doing something and we're thinking at the same time. We're on autopilot. I mean, the most common experience is one where we're driving and we've got no idea how we turned up somewhere. We've got no memory of the journey. We just arrived because we've been doing it on autopilot. But you were doing it anyway, so you might as well bring your presence of mind to that moment.
Thank you for coming on and explaining. Paul, I honestly thank you, because you've taught me more in a minute and a half than a lot of people who have tried to sit me down cross-legged. Honestly, you have. You've explained a great deal, and I hope other people heard what you were saying there as well. Thank you for that.